Katie Molefe gets bail, but is justice still in play? When the courts speak, we listen, but we also ask, who benefits?
Bail in the amount of 400,000 rand, full stop. This amount is in addition to the bail granted by the High Court of South Africa, Gauteng Division, in brackets Pretoria, under case number capital letter A 112/2025 in the sum of 100,000 rand.
Why bail was justified according to Michael Helen's senior counsel, who is Molefe's attorney. The lower court had relied on speculation, not evidence, he said. The WhatsApp messages, the cash and the cell phone tower data lacked persuasive weight. Molefe had not interfered with witness or absconded, despite being out on bail on a separate case. The presumption of innocence and the principle of justice permitting bail were emphasized in his argument.
There was no evidence, I call it insufficient evidence, but in fact no evidence whatsoever that indicated that he was a member of a syndicate. It's just not there. Then the point I've already made, 71, I won't make it again. It relates to there being the court finding there was significance to the fact that cash amounts were made into the appellant's bank accounts. It's a business. Nowadays checks are gone, but there are EFTs, there's cash, those are the two ways, I imagine, of a business taking in money. But there's nothing linked to the cash deposit. There's no investigation of the bank account to show, for example, cash money going out. So, and it's clear, I'm not clear who's paying him the money. If he's the client, which is the one case that the state have, who's paying him cash? If he's the middleman, well, then you could be paid. It's very unusual to run a crime of openly putting cash into your bank account.
Molefe allegedly had used a false identity document to enter the UK, and up until today he's actually banned from going to the UK. Yet his attorney argued that he's not a flight risk. But now I ask you, if a person can cross borders with fake papers once, how do you know he's not going to do it again? Right? But here's my take on Kat Molefe. And before I tell you my take on Kat Molefe, I'm going to make a disclosure. I am not a criminologist, so I did not study criminology. I am not a psychologist. However, I am a person who is very passionate about watching criminal dramas. So I've watched Law and Order, SVU, Criminal Intent, I've watched Chicago PD. I mean, you name them, I've watched them. I'm currently rewatching Killing Eve. Not because I don't understand the plot or I've never seen it before, but I'm actually watching it because I'm trying to analyze the psychology of Oksana. I'm trying to understand what it is that she comes from. So even before law school, I was very, very much interested in the psychology of a criminal. So my thing on Kat Molefe is this. I don't think Kat Molefe is the type to run. So I'm very much in agreement with his attorney's argument with regard to him not being a flight risk. I don't think he's going to run. I think he's the type of criminal that has the same brazenness as Escobar, right? You know that Escobar did not leave. He didn't leave. He didn't go to America or anywhere else. And he had the kind of money that allowed him to do so, but he didn't. What he did is he went and he built a compound there in the wild. And then he kept on bringing girls. In today's term, you'd call them slay queens. And one of them went and spilled the beans with regard to where Escobar was. And this is how they located the whereabouts of Escobar. So I don't think Katie Molefe is the type of criminal to flee. He doesn't have the makings of a person who's going to live on the run. Another one that informs my opinion is, I think it was Law and Order SVU. Now, I can't remember the exact date of the episode or the chronological order of the episode. But in this episode, there was this man. And this man was actually quite intelligent. I don't know if he was a psychologist or a psychiatrist or whatever the case may be. He had actually been tried and convicted. So he was in jail for SA, right? And he then subsequently escaped, it now obviously ties it back to Thabo Bester. But he escaped. And when he escaped, instead of being a Thabo Bester, he didn't run. He went back to the same community, and then he started pretending to be a woman. So he did what's that guy's name? Bruce Jenner. If you don't know who Bruce Jenner is Kris Jenner's husband. Kris Jenner is Kim Kardashian's mother. So not the first husband, I think it's the second husband. Bruce Jenner, you should know, everybody should know this, but he went and decided that he no longer wants to be a man, he now wants to be a woman. And this guy basically did the same thing. He went back, he assimilated into the same community. He didn't have gender changing surgery, he just started dressing like a woman. And he continued on his spree of attacking women, but now he was dressed like a woman in the same community. So I think our Katiso Molefe over here has the same type of psychology. He's not gonna run. He's not gonna run. He may appear to be laying low, but I very much doubt that he's gonna be. He doesn't have the makings of a person to live on the run. A man accused of a whole lot of things. I mean, including allegedly the murder of DJ somebody. He's linked to the Big Five cartel, according to the Madlanka Commission. His alleged use of false identity in the UK. His bail appeal emphasized no interference with witnesses and no prior absconding. Molefe may be more invested, in my opinion, in maintaining influence and reputation within his known ecosystems. And furthermore, I don't even think he thinks he's going to jail. Let me tell you, especially after him being granted bail on this instance. That man, wherever he is, he thinks his attorney is the greatest attorney on the face of the earth, and he thinks his attorney is going to get him off on any charge. He is going to walk around the streets of South Africa brazen, believing that he's going to beat all of the charges because of the brilliance of his attorney. Think about it. Think about it. But yes, the man is definitely out on bail, walking the streets of Mzansi. I believe that bodies are going to drop. I believe that he's going to be going around intimidating people, sending threats and all the things. Let's just be awake and let's just keep watching. It's a very interesting time to be alive in South Africa.